welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, joined here with our senior draft analyst, Chris James, and we're outside the 2014 NFL Draft. And now that the draft is complete, Chris, let's take a look back at the Philadelphia Eagles and see how well the Eagles did this past weekend by handing out some draft grades.
The Philadelphia Eagles were a very good football team last year, and in free agency they got better defensively, which slightly shifted their focus in the draft. But in round one, I love the selection of Marcus Smith out of Louisville. He's a guy that when you watch on film is always in the backfield, whether it's versus a run or versus the pass. He's a very disruptive player. I also like the Jalen Watkins selection out of Florida because I think his home is definitely at safety, not at corner. I think that helps out the Eagles defense, and they added a very good 5 technique in Taylor Hart out of Oregon in round 5. What I like most about the Eagles draft was how they bolstered their receiving core with 2 excellent options in Jordan Matthews out of Vanderbilt, who's a big body wideout that's dangerous after the catch, and Josh Huff out of Oregon, who reminds me a lot of the Ravens' Steve Smith and is a very underrated route runner. And I think both guys will have an immediate impact as rookies. I also like the 2 underrated defensive prospects they drafted late in free safety Ed Reynolds out of Stanford and Bo Allen out of Wisconsin. Reynolds is your classic ball-hawking single high safety with matchup skills, and Bo Allen, in my opinion, played a little bit out of position at Wisconsin. He had a pretty good week at the East-West Shrine game, and he'll bring good strength and underrated quickness at the nose. What I questioned was the Eagles not taking an offensive lineman at some point in the draft, and while their offensive line is excellent, they played well last season, they are slowly getting up there in age, and it's always good to keep that depth pipeline stacked with talent. Keep an eye on Kareem Barton out of Morgan State. He played right tackle for the Bears, but will kick down inside at guard for Philly. He has the athleticism that's a perfect fit for Chip Kelly's offense. Big fan of Swiss Army knife Trey Burton out of Florida, who in my opinion can play 3 positions on offense: wide receiver, H-back, fullback, even situational quarterback. A player like Burton adds much more versatility to that Eagles offense. Donald Hawkins out of Texas was excellent in the East-West Shrine game all week long, showcasing excellent athleticism on both ends of offense. He's a big reason why the Longhorns were very successful running weak side all year long. I like David Fluellen out of Toledo. Very good natural running skills that played in a style similar to Chip Kelly's at Toledo. Fluellen is also a very good receiver out of the backfield. I gave the Eagles a B for their draft. The receivers plus Marcus Smith will help from day one instantly. They built depth along that defensive line with Hart and Allen, and on the offensive line with undrafted free agents Barton and Hawkins. And I like what Watkins and Reynolds bring to the table as defensive back prospects. So all in all, a solid draft for Philadelphia. I also want to give a huge shout out to Eagle fan forums for always showing football game plan support.